This video, I'm going to try and make it super fast. I don't want to make it really, really long. It's a video tutorial for how to create an image once you have all of your properties for your element written down. You've got both pages of your research page, both columns done. Before we begin, just want to remind you that you have a vocabulary test tomorrow. You'll write out your definitions. They're practice tests in Schoology. Okay, so today, if you haven't finished your column number 1 or number 2, number 1 should be done for sure. Finish column number 2 on research pages 1 and 2. You have to do that before you can do the next thing. When you're done, follow these instructions. You're going to be getting a template. It's going to look like this, and it's just a way for you to take the information that you've already identified on column 2 of your research papers, and you're going to put it in here. So I've got some sentence starters for you. I'll talk about that in just a second. And then also today, you're going to be creating an illustration of your character. We will probably have Wednesday to work on these as well. Tuesday, remember, tomorrow is your vocab test. You could work on it after your vocab test if you get done early. We'll have Wednesday. I'm hoping to have our Comic-Con on Friday of this week. So we need to hustle and get done, okay? So once all of your elements, your requirements are finished, remember on page 1, underneath the physical properties of the element, you have to have at least 5 properties that you've linked back to your comic book character. So 5 physical properties of the element. You are using personification to turn those into some sort of a characteristic or background or some kind of like a superpower, or maybe the way their costume looks or their hair or something about them, okay? If you're having a hard time with this, come talk to me. When you're finished, you're going to follow the instructions on that template. Please remember to follow the directions. It looks intimidating because it looks like there's a lot there. Part 1 is just like your background story. So how did your character become your character? Remember, Peter Parker got bit by a radioactive spider. That's how he becomes Spider-Man. How did your character become who they are? So I'm going to give you an example of mine here in a second. Part 2 is using your physical properties. You will have to include information for all of those. Notice number 3, I included a weakness because that can be really interesting, and you might get some really interesting pictures and really cool image with that too. So, and then number 5 is really, really kind of general because your element, is malleable. Then your character might be a shapeshifter, or because your character, or because the element is not metallic, then maybe your character is able to turn themselves into a liquid to go down a drain to escape. I don't know, whatever. Part 3, this is from your chemical properties. Now, you only have to choose 2, but if you want to do more than 2, you can. You only have to choose 2. So read those sentence starters and find out which one is most interesting to you. And then part 4 is just backup story wrap up. My element superhero or villain uses these powers to, what is the purpose? Is it world domination? Is it like my character is Renium, and she's super. The element is really rare. Very difficult to find in the natural world. And so because of that, my character thinks she's the only one that can dominate. Like she's the only one. She's so special. She's so unique that she is going to dominate and rule the world because she's the only one. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. I did not come up with that myself. I went to Magic School AI. I used the idea generator, and I typed in, after I had all of this information, I said, why would Renium as a villain like, why would she use her superpowers? And that was one of the choices. So I thought that was interesting. And then in the world of heroes and villains, my character is known for. What is my character known for? So, like, Spider-Man's known for webs, Superman, superhuman strength. Do you guys know the Joker? So, what's the Joker known for? Like, his character. So, again, if you're having trouble with this, go to Magic School, use the idea generator, and see if you can get some ideas. Okay. Once you're finished, this is mine, and you can pause this and read through mine if you want to. But the part one of my character identity, I used a lot of the physical attributes, the color of the element, the metallicness of the element. My character, look at this right here. Her costume is a silver and black flapper dress, again, because she was identified in 1925. And in real life, the element is found in volcanoes. And so I said my character's story originally began when she was working as a geologist. She was digging near a volcano in Russia because that's where you can find rhenium now. And it erupted and engulfed her and changed her into this evil villain, Rhenium. She's metallic gray. Her character has a dress that's shiny and black and silver. And her costume, again, going back to the 1920s, I was looking at what kind of dresses were in fashion in the 1920s. And there's something called a flapper dress, and it's got fringe on it. And so my appearance is a silver and black flapper dress with short sleeves and fringe. She has black gloves, black tights, and she wears long pearls. She wears a black and silver feathered headband from the 1920s, and she has green hair with black roots to represent toxic green smoke, because down here in my chemical properties, when my character gets close to her partner, chlorine, when they get close, their touch creates violent chemical explosions, fireballs, toxic green smoke, shock waves. And that is in reality when the element rhenium and chlorine react, they create fireballs, toxic green smoke, and shock waves. Isn't that cool? I don't think is anybody chlorine? I think that would be hilarious if we got together. Anyway. So you're just taking this is a really fun activity. Take your time. You've got a couple days to work on this. Make it as detailed as possible. That's the most important thing. Okay. Once you're finished with that, go to Schoology. And in Schoology, I added an illustration prompt. So copy the illustration prompt, open either Magic School AI, and use the generate image, or if you were able to load Chat GPT on your iPad, then go there. You're going to paste the prompt, then make your corrections, because the prompt I used superhero or villain, so you have to choose which one you are. And then something here I want to make sure that you know, you need to add, you need to add Bohr's atomic model for rhenium, or for your element, and the atomic number on the element square. I forgot to tell you that. That is a requirement. Oh, boo. Let me show you something really fast. That's a requirement, and I want to show you the requirement. I had it copied and pasted, and I wasn't. Actually, here, let me do this really fast. I'm going to add this. Watch me do this in real time, you guys. Okay, and then I'm going to insert my image because I took a picture of it. I thought I took a picture of it. I did. Didn't I? Oh, I'm wasting your time. I'm so sorry. All right, I'm going to go back here and show you. For your requirements, we are going to create a background story for your superhero and villain, and then you're going to create an eye-catching illustration of your superhero using AI to generate an image. So your pictures have to be fully colored and in school appropriate attire and gear. Again, we talked about weapons. It's okay if your super has a weapon, they just can't be, like your picture can't be of them using the weapon on another person. And it has to be school appropriate because you guys know superheroes and supervillains are often scantily clad. We don't need to see anything. These are going to go on your lockers, and your parents are going to see them for parent-teacher conferences. So let's please make it school appropriate. Your superhero's name should be noticeable and should include the name of the element. And I've got an example. Oh, right here, I forgot. Include a periodic square and Bohr's atomic model of your element. So I have an example. This is what I did in chat. So I copied, there's my prompt, and then I just copied and pasted my everything. Like I did, this is mine. I copied and pasted everything. No need to put this in a paragraph format. You don't have to do that. And just paste it directly after the prompt. And then I hit my arrow button too soon. I forgot to ask it for to make it Bohr's and atomic model and the periodic table. So it just basically restated what I had. And I said, oh, by the way, I want you to make it an image. And I said it a cartoon image. And this is what I got. Well, first of all, this is what I'm saying when I say don't just look at it and go, oh man, that picture's awesome, I'm going to get it. So the name of my element is Mistress Rhenium. The problem here is the element square is wrong. That's not the symbol for rhenium. Rhenium is Re. Plus, I need Bohr's atomic model, and I need the correct element. So I really like this. I think it's cool. And so I asked it to add those things, and there we go. That looks great. That's the correct element number, or atomic number, correct element symbol. Bohr's atomic model, not quite right. It's got 75 atoms or 75 electrons in all the rings. So that's not really quite right. And plus, as I started looking at it, I was like, I don't really like the cartoon image of it. I want something a little bit more realistic. So when you get your first image, it may not be what you want. That's okay. Go ahead and just keep adding to your prompt. So I said, changed my mind. I don't want it to look like a comic book character. Please include everything above, but make her more realistic. Her costume must be school appropriate, because there you go. Once you start saying, make it more realistic, I'm nervous about what's going to come of this costume. And look what I got. Oh, isn't she amazing? Isn't she awesome? Look at her hair. Her hair has got that green, kind of smoke coming off when she reacts with chlorine. I love that. Rhenium is 75. That is the correct number of electrons in her outer shell. I love that. The only thing that was missing, do you remember in my backstory how I said that I wanted her to be, well, she was a geologist and she was working in a volcano because rhenium is found in volcanoes. So I said, you know what would be really cool? I said, this is beautiful. Can you incorporate a volcano in the background? And look what it did. Oh, that's so awesome. It's so good. So that's my picture. That's rhenium. That's who she is. She's a baddie. All right. Let me know if you have any questions, if you need any help, and I'm happy to help you.